Hey guys, sorry for the wait. Hold on, let me adjust the mic here. Hey. Oh my god. How's everyone's life going? Because mine's not fucking going that well at the moment. Oh shit, dude. How are you all doing? How's everything been? At least I have coffee. Coffee's good. Wait, you guys even here? As soon as I turned the stream on, the chat stopped scrolling. Is chat here? Are things going? Wait, Oomphy is the new alt-right dog whistle. Really? You gotta fucking show me that shit. Oomphy alt-right dog whistle. Let's look this shit up. Has to include Oomphy. Can't find that. You gotta DM it to me, Lammergear. DM me that shit. Fat late. Thanks for the $2. Oh my god. I've had such a bad situation recently. Well, Kick chat is working, and Twitch chat is working. So if you're watching this on Kick or Twitch, hello. YouTube chat is not yet working. YouTube chat will kick in eventually, I'm sure. That's how these things go. Give me a second, okay? If I sound tired, it's because I'm tired. If that's just how it is. I'm fucking tired. Here. I know there's usually like 15 minutes to half an hour of me jibber jabbing about nonsense before the stream like actually starts, like before I get to the weekly news. Are you interested in hearing me jibber jab, chat? Because oh boy, do I have a jibber jab for you this time. Oh. I'm gonna have some more coffee. Oh, more coffee is needed. This is my first coffee today, actually. Okay. Firstly, actually, no, $5 from Stug. Thanks very much. Dev, why does your house collapse every time you do a sip? Not every time. Not every time. Wally TJ, thanks for joining the $5 club. Woke up early to catch you live. Have you even seen the new Eva movies? I have not seen the new Evangelion movies. No, I should, but I have not yet seen any of them, unfortunately. Okay, yeah. So listen, right before I was going to start the stream, I was in the washroom. Clogged the toilet. Had to unclog the toilet. That's okay. That's all cleaned up. That was actually way less of a problem than it was initially thought to be. Okay. Way less of a problem. Jeez. Come on, Botrix. Give me the YouTube. Oh, well, I don't fucking know. Botrix like always kicks in at random weird times to actually put the YouTube chat into the stream. But that's just a necessary part of streaming on multiple platforms. You need a poop knife? Fucking poop knife. God, fuck you, Reddit. Thanks. $2 from Watch This Better. Hope your day gets better. Thanks, buddy. $10 from Liam Dean. Oopie poopy and the stoopy loopy. Yeah. Thanks, man. Rita Holstein, $5. Hi, Dev. Sorry about your bathroom. Also, this is $1 Club for life for the same members of being a member. Yep. You're just in the D Club for life. $100. Yep. Artemis Fowl, $2. Seen the new DOJ news for Hunter Biden? I did see that, like, they went against the law and appointed somebody who shouldn't be appointed as the special counsel. Is that what's going on? I've heard some of that, yeah. Hey, Zenchan. Okay, listen. Let me get to this. I appreciate all the donations. Trust me, I need them right now. But let me get to this, okay? So, yeah, flooded the bathroom, fixed the bathroom. Bathroom's okay, I think. I think we're good. Love the smoke detector video aside from you simping for Ursary. I didn't know you were religious, Zenchan. But anyway. So how did you guys like the fact that I put out like a shit ton of videos this week? I've been like going hard, man. And I've been seeing it in the channel growth. You know, views are like doubled from normal. Revenue's up. Subs are way up. Like, if I can stuff out a video every day, things seem to be going pretty good. You know what I mean? Oh, coffee's good. And in fact, I have just as many other topics ready to go. Wait, you fell off? Wait, I fell off? What do you mean? It's really funny because like I've heard people say that I've fallen off before, but like I've never been doing better ever on YouTube. Ever. So where does the me falling off come from? It doesn't make us pay to fix his clogged toilet. The clogged toilet's already fixed. It's fine. Also, Zenchan, I don't know why you're against loans and like what the fuck? I don't get it. I've just sent you a 5-second clip from Kibbs. I would appreciate you playing it. No gamer words, I promise. I will not play it today, Holtzinator, but I will look at it and see if I can play it next time. Listen, I have limited time, so I must get into this right now. Okay, so I did all those. There's 2 things I know to talk about. I mean, the anime reviews were the peak. Maybe they were. Okay, there's 2. There you go. Botrix just kicked in. All right, there's 2 things to talk about, guys. There's 2 things to talk about today. 1, 2. All the videos, aside from the toilet, all the videos came out, and I realized I have an appearance on Adam and Sitch on Tuesday, and I have a massive video that I need to make before then, because the appearance is going to be about the video. And so I was like, you know what? I've recorded half of it. I might as well record the other half and then get to editing, you know, etc., etc. There, all the YouTube chat just came in. Hey, YouTube chat, welcome aboard. Okay. So, I start working on the video, and the video is the nature of meritocracy. And so I start plugging away at it. And my God, like it's going to be on par with the Antonio Gramsci video or the 3 forms of fascism video with the level of research. And I've done most of the research. Now I just got to like make a script, which I've already mostly done. I need to go back over it again though, because there's some things I don't like about it. Did the recording. I have to re-record some parts, and I did the first editing pass. I did the first editing pass because Dave went on a walkabout. For those of you who watch the gaming stream, you know what that means. By the way, SFO Arcade viewers, pop in and say hello. Wait, Alpha Centauri? There's a guy in Twitch chat named Alpha Centauri. I was DMing him on Discord, but then he vanished. Where did you go, buddy? You like completely took off. I'm surprised to see you here. You don't Discord often? Okay, fair enough. The Minecraft server's back. The Minecraft server is back. It's currently online. You can go play on it. Anyway, listen, I gotta get my head in the game. Okay, so listen. Since Friday, I have been getting like 3 hours of sleep every night working on this fucking thing. I want to get it out for tomorrow. I have to finish this current editing pass, watch it all, probably do a rewrite pass, a re-recording pass, and a re-editing pass. And I have to do that all today to get it out for tomorrow, so that I can go on Adam and Sitch and talk about it on Tuesday. That's why there was no video yesterday. That's one reason why there was no video yesterday. I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do this big project and Dave's not around to help me right now, I have to go and figure this shit out. TF2 server will happen like once I get through this giant crunch bottleneck because I'm on Adam and Sitch. I might be on Adam and Sitch tonight. I think I'm definitely on Adam and Sitch on Tuesday, and then I'm going on a special EFAP episode on Wednesday. So like after I get through this crunch bottleneck, I'll start looking into the side projects. I'll start looking into the side project of the TF2 server. But yes, there will be a TF2 server. Wait. Alpha says, I only go on Discord for the Sitch and Adam hate channel. Oh, okay. I understand if that's the case. Oh. Wait. Did you lose your Discord account, Alpha? I can't find you anymore. You know what? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know how anything works. I mean, listen, Alpha, if you want to keep talking about what we were talking about before, you can DM me. Otherwise, you know, that's okay though. That's okay. I know, like I think you even said that like you only watch me half the time, so it's no big deal, I guess. Okay. All right. Hard work pays dividends. Thanks very much, Jan, for the super chat. Tell Adam he's old. Okay, I will do, Stug. Thank you. Miss Sparkles joins the $5 Club again. Thanks. I thought you weren't streaming today. When are you gonna make an OnlyFans? Soon. $10 from Holtzner. Thank you very much, dude. Good luck, Dev. Take care of yourself, man. Thanks for streaming when you're busy. No problem. No problem. And have I heard about the new Minecraft guidelines? I kind of have. There's something about it. I don't know exactly what it is, but we'll figure it out. I'll look at it later, okay? I don't know what that is. And also, I have very limited time. Okay. Okay. While I was doing all this shit and staying up all hours of the night to try to do all the jobs and also do Dave's job, something else happened. I guess there's no real good way to put this. The car is gone, guys. My car is out of here. R.I.P. R.I.P. the Devmobile. Though I guess technically it was the Numimobile, but nonetheless. News, please. No, fuck you, Tricky. Get out of here. $10 from Holtzner. I wish you were on EFAP for the YMS thing so you could explain to Adam how progressive socialism is different from liberalism. This is casting decisions. Fair enough. I don't know who that is, though, but it's always good for me to go on. Jen, how do you know you saved enough money to start YouTube fully? It's going to depend how much you got to spend. You got to be able to cover your basic expenses and then also have room for growth. Like I would just say at this point, no one should start YouTube unless you blow up and like go viral. Don't fucking try it. Okay. Dude, where's your car? No, so I was, for those of you who were around on Friday, I was on a stream with Arch and Sargon. We were playing Mech Warrior. And I pop in and I say, listen, I mentioned that my car was in the shop for minor repairs. Okay? Yeah, it's our car. Yes, it's a couple's car. It's Naomi and mine. Yes. But also, I got my fucking license back, Mervinu. Fuck you. That was like 15 years ago. Anyway, listen. Had to bring in the car for a minor repair. They looked at it and they said, listen, we legally can't allow you to drive this. It is illegal. This is not like a case of them like just trying to gyp us and like, oh, we gotta upcharge you to. No, they're like, listen, it is illegal for you to drive this thing. Like, it is so old and so run down. Like, it can fall apart in any fucking minute. And I was like, oh, really? Is it that bad? And they're like, yeah, dude. like the back half is underneath is like resting off, and I'm like, oh. Now, to be fair, it was an old car. It was a very old car, right? It was a 2007 like a 2-wheel drive Honda Civic, like basically just like a beater that like basically like you pick up a car like this in college when you're just trying to get around town, and it costs like fucking next to nothing. And to be honest, it didn't cost us very much. It costs like next to nothing, and you just drive it into the ground. It's we just right in the back. Fuck you. Yes, the frame's completely rotted. That's what happened. Yeah. So, hold on, bruh. I drive a '96. Okay, listen. There are some cars that will actually last. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. There are some cars that can last for 20, 30, 40 years. This is not that kind of car. This is a very cheap, very poorly made car that we got for very cheap. All right. How many miles did it have on it? Well, dude, like, it had something like 300,000 kilometers. All right. Like, it had a lot of fucking miles on it, dude. Well, a lot of distance. It's kilometers here in Canada. Like 300,000. That's a lot for a car that's 15 years old and is also a 2-wheel drive piece of shit. Basically, it was like the shittiest, like the shittiest, cheapest car we could pick up, and we basically just drove it into the ground. Now, see, I wanted to go for. We had it for 2 years. I wanted it to last longer than 2 years. I was estimating it would last about 5. All right. Can I tell everyone that Dev got scammed? Like, well, fuck off. The frame did break, but we didn't break it though. We didn't break it. But thanks for the donations. Anyway, listen, I'm now carless. So, R.I.P. We're gonna be getting a new car soon. So, by the way, if you feel like donating some more, I'd appreciate it. It's all going towards the new car fund. But this time I'm actually going to buy something that's like new and decent and not just have like shit. How much you pay for it? Not very much. Not very much. It was only like a few $1,000s. And we basically just drove into the ground. No, they didn't keep the car, but they said, listen, if you drive off the lot, if you drive out of the garage, we are mandatory. We have to report you to the government because we're mandatory reporters because it is considered legally unsafe. And I was like, shit, dude. So anyway, we still drove it off the lot. We just drove it back to the house. Then we sold it for scrap. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, PC. Very appreciated. Dev, did they get you a discount on your oil change too? Only $197 to get the oil. No, Artemis, you fuck. That's not how it happened. God damn it. Hold on, hold there. I seem to remember Dev telling his whole chat to shut up, but that he knew plenty about cars and didn't want to hear it. No, I didn't. Okay, there are many times when I yell at the chat to shut up because I know things about things. Cars is not one of those situations. I don't know that much about cars, to be honest. I don't. Absolutely not. I did know for sure that this car was old and cheap, and it was pretty cheap, to be honest. We didn't spend that much on it, a few $1,000s, and that it wasn't going to last us very long. I thought it would last 5 years. It lasted 2. R.I.P. But anyway, I'm going to be now getting an actual decent new car. Okay. No. The 2007 isn't illegal for being too old. It's the fact that it didn't have the frame had rotted out from underneath, and basically it was going to break at any moment. And they're like, listen, if you drive out of here, I am legally obligated to contact the government and tell them that there is this car that is going around on the roads that is illegal to drive. And if you're pulled over, they'll run your plates and they'll find out that this car has been deemed illegal to drive, and you'll be charged for it. And I was like, okay. And I said, well, listen, my house is like 5 minutes away. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go on lunch break, and then afterwards, I'm going to have to report you. And I said, okay. So that was like a very nice hint of, listen, get home and don't drive it anymore. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I understand. That's what we'll do. When you changing the battery in your detector? Fuck you, Artemis. God damn it. Dev will whisper, it'll be different this time to the next car he's ready to run into the ground in 2 years. Greetings, you fat mold couch coffee goblin. Thanks, Master Gregor. Dev's vid about tinkering applies to cars too. Yeah, very much. It very much does, yes. I know what you mean, yeah. Contributing to the car fund. Only one stipulation, was spent on a car. Thanks, man. And then Gallus, 70 Czars, keep up the good work. Thanks very much, everyone. Thanks very much. As always, if you do get a membership on YouTube, or if you hit the sub button over on Twitch, if you have your Amazon Prime sub, you should use it on me, in fact. But what you can do, hold on. What you can do is get yourself into my Discord. Get into the D Club in my Discord. What actually goes on in these streams? Well, the first half of them is usually just me talking to chat. Sometimes I open packages people send me. I'll tell you about what's going on in my life. Right now we're talking about car troubles. Second half, I go over a collection of news articles that won't fit into a main video. Yeah. Yes, I'm sipping right now. I'm sipping. Oh, that's good. Anyway, yes, listen, guys, I'm actually like a bit disappointed that it didn't last. You know, like even though it was only a few $1,000s, you expect a car to last more than 2 years, right? I thought it would last 5. I thought by 5 years it'd be breaking down. We have to take it off the road, but it wasn't 5. It was 2, and I was like, oh, this kind of fucking sucks, doesn't it? Like, just felt kind of bad, you know, that it died that quick. But I mean, it was older, you know, had a lot of miles on it. Probably wasn't taken care of by the previous owners, but I just died of old age and like extreme use. Yeah. The best older, cheaper cars to buy are ones owned by old people, lightly driven and cared for. Yeah, I completely agree. Like some little old lady who's selling her car that's like less than 5 years old and she's barely driven it around town, but she's too old to drive now, so she has to sell it. Like, yeah. In fact, it's kind of funny. My parents actually know somebody back in my hometown who's in that situation. Like a little old lady who is now too old to drive, and she's getting rid of her very nice, kind of pristine vehicle. And it's like, dude, we could just come back and visit and just get that car. It's out there for a good price. Oh my god, Torvar's car just got totaled. Woman went nuts in a parking lot and destroyed 3 cars, including mine. Jesus! Get another 3K Civic. Become an Otist boy racer. What the fuck is that? That, or you go to a police auction and get yourself a nice hot rod some hoodlum bought with drug money. Damn. The car couldn't take Naomi pegging Dev in the backseat anymore. Feel bad for the next one to do the honorary task. Fuck you. God damn it. $5 from Holtziner. My boss was driving a work truck when the main fuel tank fell off the highway. 10 years later, we were still using it. Damn. $5, Artemis Fowl. I love that Dev has to get another car in an era where old and new cars cost the same due to inflation. Also, Dev's car is equivalent to a smoke alarm. Fucking God damn it, Artemis. $10 from Ground Floor Gut3. Thank you. I was careless for a few years in the Los Angeles area. I am now firmly convinced that public transportation is a dead weight loss and needs to be abolished. Anyway, here's to the new conveyance. Thanks very much. $10, Jun Wong. Jun Wong, $10. Thank you. Chances are the car is just fine. The problem is the mechanics only know how to obey rules and follow a manual. You don't know for sure because you don't know engineering. Always find out yourself. Well, the reason that we brought it in initially just for the repair is because the muffler fell off. And I like took a peek underneath. You know, I don't know much about cars, but I took a peek underneath and I was like, it doesn't look like there's any way for this muffler to even stay on. Like, how did it stay on before? I don't even fucking like, I don't get this. I was like, I was poking around to see if there was like a, you know, something that had like come loose or something, or like, you know, if it had been bolted, like where the bolt was. I couldn't find anything. And then the mechanic was like, look at this, and I was like, okay. He's like, you see how it can't be connected anywhere? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, because the entire fucking undercarriage just rusted off. And I'm like, oh. So whatever was there holding it on has rusted away into fucking dust. It's like, oh, I guess it probably is done. It sounds like it's done. $10 from Chiaki and Mikan are best. What the fuck? Okay. Delivered pizza at 2 years. Had a car at the start, was completely destroyed by the end. Got my grandpa's car after he died. Car died less than a year later. Got a used 2019 Ford Fusion now. Oh. 2019 is not so old. That can probably last you a while, right? The magic of road salt. The death of many cars. Yeah. We are in, you know, Canada, where there's lots of road salt, yeah. $7 from Mr. North Canada. Thank you. If you drive away with a car, Doug Ford will stop by your house to kneecap you. $5, the real Hudson. Hey, Dev, I've got some dehydrated dihydrogen monoxide to sell you. Thank you. Thank you for all the jokes today, guys. At least you're paying me for them. $5 from Jonathan. Dude, no way. My car's engine pooped itself this week. Wish us both luck. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. R.I.P. And then 10 pounds from Cambert. Thoughts on the UK police arresting autistic girl for saying a female officer looked like her lesbian grandmother? That was just fucking stupid, wasn't it? Like, I saw that. And I was just like, what the fuck? I might do a video on that, actually. I'm thinking about it. Because I saw something that Sargon posted this morning about how, like, half of all, what are they called? Public order offenses? Half of all of them are, like, the victims of the police. And it's like, what the fuck? Jesus, this seems a bit disproportionate. The destruction of the cars, I did ignore the $10. I'm reading the $10 ones right now, dude. I'm reading them. $5. Shakeaval for $5. Just had to get rid of my 90 Mercury sale with a little over 100K. Trans died. And replacement 10X value got 11 Subaru Outback. Get one. So, okay, here. Jokes aside. All right. Goofs aside. Okay, I'm going to stop reading super chats just for a second, okay? Just for a second. I will catch them back up in a second. Jokes aside. It is absolutely true that I do not know as much about cars, how they're built, how they work, their maintenance, as I do about computers. I can tell you a lot about computers. I cannot tell you so much about cars. That is very true. So, for any of you who actually do know a significant amount about cars and want to DM me on Discord with some relevant information about picking up a new one, what I should be looking for, what I should ask them, I'd appreciate it, to be honest. Because this is definitely an area, I know they go vroom. This is definitely an area that I don't have much expertise in, for sure. So if you have knowledge, send me your knowledge. Coffee's already done. Jesus, I've been sipping. Dev's car dies. Maybe the engine needs more thermal paste. Yeah, listen, I can build you a computer from scratch, no fucking problem. Real easy. I don't know much about cars. Yeah. I definitely don't know how to maintain them aside from change the oil like once a year or so, you know? So if you have information and would like to DM me on Discord, I would very much appreciate it. Because I do have a feeling that even though it was a 2007, and even though it had, several 100,000 kilometers on it, and even though it was only like a few $1,000s, it was a really cheap car that was honestly kind of a junker when we got it, and we paid in the junker price range. I definitely expect it to last longer. So I have a feeling that some of it might be on my shoulders. So if you have any information to share with me, please consider sending me a DM on Discord and we'll talk about it a bit, okay? Because before I get a new car, which will probably be sometime this week, thanks for the donations, by the way, for helping me out on this one. I do want to at least know a bit more about what I'm doing, okay? Change the oil every 6 months at the most. Okay. Well, the thing is, like, I have a reasonable suspicion that not changing the oil didn't cause the frame to rot out. All right. Seems like those are two different problems anyway. Change the oil after every mile. Will do. Okay. $5 from Fulcrum. Thank you. I have a 2012 Subaru Impreza, and it's the best car ever. Oh, really? That sounds awesome. Did I cover the homeless bombing in Seattle? I haven't even heard of a homeless bombing. There's been a homeless bombing in Seattle? According to a police report, Seattle police and fire officials responded to the scene west of the Harborview Mental Center, next to Interstate 5. People fleeing from an encampment yelling that there were bombs going off and live ammo could explode. Wow. Just, I mean, as long as they're bombing their own homeless encampments and not anywhere actually useful, I guess it's okay. That was a joke. That was half a joke. Artemis Fowl, $5. Dev knows as much about cars as he does about the economy, the DOJ, and objective morality. Oh my God, Artemis. Okay, Artemis. Actually, Artemis, if you know more about cars than me, you can please, if you feel like giving me a hand, please consider doing so. I'll actually appreciate it this time. Read my comment. Now I feel obligated to man simp for you. Enjoy the shekels and get something that's 2-year used. Thanks, Sig Arthur. Yeah, I'll probably be looking at like the, I don't want to buy new. I don't have the money to buy new, but like I can get something that's like 2 to 5 years used. That's the range that I'm looking at. Yeah. And $7. Do a Dev buys a car video. Get out of here. Who don't actually want to see that? What's the Discord? Oh, well, the Discord account, the Discord server is discord.gg/SFO. And my DMs are open. Anyone can DM me, okay? I will actually appreciate it this time. Yes, Artemis, I'm fucking with you. Now, listen, here's the thing, Artemis. Like, when you and I talk politics, I disagree with you. I look at some of your interpretations of events and I go, this is not right. This is not right. This is not right. Like, we have disagreements. And I can like pull out an alternative source that says, here, hold on, I think this says something different than what you're saying. And we can like, there's reasonable disagreements between us, Artemis. However, when it comes to a car conversation, if you and I were to talk cars, I actually know nothing. I actually know fucking nothing. So here's the thing. My parents, by the way, are like full on like Dev buy a Ford. My parents have been like lifelong Ford drivers. Hey, Blue Yed, where have you been? What's going on, buddy? The new car market is crashing pretty hard right now. Really, Morgana? Really? Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, my parents are like full on buy Ford, buy Ford, buy Ford. And you know, to their credit, when I was growing up, whenever they had a problem with their car, they always had like a fucking 10-year long warranty, and they could just bring it into any Ford dealership and then just get fixed right up. And it's like, it was very like hassle free how the warranty stuff worked with Ford, at least in my experience. So maybe that's why they're very like, don't get a Ford, no Ford. Ford means found on road dead. Don't buy a Ford. Ford, what are you, right wing? I DM you the story of homeless bombing. It's wild. The guy involved is called Coconut. Involves thievery, attempted murder, explosives. Wild. Thanks very much, dude. I'll check it out. $5 from resiliency. Dev Mobile dies. Dev, maybe Alt F4 will do the trick. All right. No more adulting. Time to move back in with mom and dad. Fuck you. We are short on time. Because here's the thing. I still have to go and get back to making that big fucking video. That's another thing that's currently weighing on my mind too. $50 from Flex Mentalo. Thank you very much, dude. Very appreciated. Very appreciated. Okay, that's enough for the car conversation. If any of you have recommendations about anything from what I should look at, what I should get, how to maintain, toss me a DM on Discord, okay? My DMs are open. All you gotta do is go into the Discord server, and message me. Yeah. Shall we get on? Just need 4 wheels and a metal frame, says Blueyhead. Listen, on the current car, the metal frame is the problem. I have a Ford and never had an issue. Stupid people can't take care of Fords. Your car rusted due to the salt melt from the snow. Very possible, Artemis. I mean, we do live in fucking Canada, right? Well, is there any way to take care of that? Actually, you know what? If there is, Artemis, DM me about it, because I need to get on with it. Everyone's saying get a Subaru, etc., etc. Listen, no more car talk. I appreciate everything, but I have limited time. We all have limited time today, and I want to get on with the articles. You want to get on with the articles. I want to finish this fucking video in time for tonight or tomorrow, whatever it is. So let's go. All right? Let's go. Thank you very much for everyone, though. I don't have a garage, Titanium. If I fucking did, I would. You know? I don't have a garage. Get to the anime, Dev. yeah. Okay. As always, there is the P.O. box on screen. There's the P.O. box. Get a chariot. Okay. God damn it, guys. There's the P.O. box on screen. If you want to mail me stuff, go ahead. Send it right there. As always, if you want to join the D Club in Discord, $5 recurring through Patreon Subscribestar, Twitch sub button, or YouTube membership button. If you're on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime, you have a free sub. Might as well toss it my way. If you're on YouTube, you're going to get, if you hit the memberships button on YouTube, you're going to get some videos early. No guarantees on that, but you'll get some of them early. God damn it, Artemis, loser. What the fuck, dude? Jesus. Artemis, if you're just going to be mean, go back to Kibs. God damn it. I got a 1982 Oldsmobile. No, the stream. Nope. This is the midway point of the stream. This is the midway point. So, I'm stretching. Okay. There's not gonna be a fucking car stream. God damn it. Okay, I felt pretty good. That was a pretty good stretch. That was a pretty good stretch, dude. That was a pretty good stretch. Okay. So, please consider supporting the channel. Shall we get to the articles? No. Artemis, you got called mean because you said loser dev, all right? I appreciate the money. I don't appreciate being called loser dev. Those are two separate things. Jesus, dickhead. Headphone listeners. Headphone listeners? Hey, headphone listeners, are you there? Is something wrong, headphone listeners? Yeah? Yes? What were you saying? All right, so. The whole chat's like losing it. Well, bye. I'm not watching you again. Listen. This is a gatekeeping mechanism. All right. If you actually go, well, bye, I'm not watching you again, you have been successfully gatekept out of my community, and I don't want you here. Only people who are true gigachads and have very, and have like gigachad ears that can withstand are allowed to stay here. I finally make it to a live stream and Dev just rapes my ears. I love you guys. That was fun. That was funny. Okay, bye. Bye. Get the fuck out. I'm not even using headphones. That was annoying as fuck. Dev, good. We just lost 20 viewers. 20 weak ones have been culled. Only the pure remain. Oh, they came back. Okay. I love you guys, by the way. I'm all out of coffee. It did nothing to help my current stress level. So let's go. Here, let me bring in the articles, okay? Here we go. I got some articles for us. You want to talk about them? Let's talk about them. Send Dev bad card advice out of spite. Annoy your chat to gatekeep them. I love you guys. You guys are the best. Okay, here we go. Sega workers form the largest multi-department video game union in the U.S. Oh my god, unions! Oh, 6 shekels from Roy. Thanks, buddy. Have you had a chance to play Baldur's Gate 3? No, but Naomi loves Baldur's Gate 3. She's loving it. I haven't played it yet. Okay. Let's see. Workers at Sega of America, representing... Oh, Sega of America. Okay. Workers at Sega of America, representing multiple departments, have voted to form a union, with 91 employees voting yes out of a total number of 212 eligible employees. The Allied Employees Guild Improving Sega, known as the Aegis Qua, okay, becomes the 5th video game union in the United States and its largest multi-department video game union. We are overjoyed to celebrate our union election win as members of Aegis Qua, says Angel Gomez, a translator for Sega. Oh, fucking translators, they ruin everything. Said in a press release announcing the news. Now, through our union, we'll be able to protect the parts of our jobs we love and strengthen the benefits, pay, and job stability available to all workers. Remember, Sega of America in San Francisco. Yep, it is. Yep, it is. It is, dude. The union drive was announced in April, but it was a year in the works for the employees at Sega of America's Burbank and Irvine, California offices. It's the 5th video game union overall, joining groups at Raven Software, Blizzard Albany, ZeniMax, and VR/AR developer Tender Claws. Is that like a furry company? In addition to being among the first video game unions in the country, they also represent workers across a multitude of departments, including brand marketing, games as a service, localization marketing services, product development, blah, 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 blah. Okay. It is unique in that it represents worker interest across a broad range of disciplines. All the video game unions in the U.S. so far have been contained within quality assurance. Well, that's the shittiest job in the... Okay. A department with reputation across the industry of underpaying and overworking its union. It's... Okay. Listen, do you guys remember... When it comes to quality assurance, you guys remember that show from Sony, like that internet show like 10 years ago called The Tester? Remember that shit? I think Egoraptor was on it. It was like 10 years ago, maybe even more than 10 years ago, where basically like you competed on a reality show. It was only broadcast online. But you competed on this reality TV show, and the prize was to be a QA tester. It's like the shittiest job in game development. Like, the shittiest fucking job, dude. Why was that the prize of the goddamn show? Not even like, oh, you can be an artist. Oh, you can like code for us. Oh, no, you just got to be a tester. It's like, oh, okay. $5 from Turtle Hammer Gear. Thank you. Naomi's cheat on you with the druid. She's bear-pilled. Oh no. She does like she likes making tiefling characters, like the bisexual she is. 10 euros and productions. Brit Bucks for you. Thanks very much, dude. Very appreciative. Another $5 from Turtle Hammer Gear. Thank you. Chap, you must now get Dave to unionize his revenge against Dev. This is the way. No unions. I'm going to full-on union bust if that happens. I'll hire the fucking Pinkertons. All right? The Pinkertons will come to Canada and give me a hand. Let's continue on here. Speaking of video games, E3 2024 and 2025 have been canceled. So, I know E3 kept saying, yeah, listen, we're canceling, guys, but we're going to come back. It's going to be totally okay, guys. It'll be fine. No, E3 is done. It's just done. It's not coming back. All right, Summer Games Fest has completely supplanted it. Gamescom in August has completely supplanted it. The Video Game Awards, Jeff Keighley's thing in December, completely supplanted it. E3 is done. E3 is just done. It's over. All right? No more E3. And it sucks because you know what? I grew up loving E3. I always thought, when I was when I was younger, I was like, you know what? If my YouTube channel, we were pretty young when we started the channel. If my YouTube channel, back in 2009, if my YouTube channel ever takes off, I'm gonna go to E3 one day. Didn't get big enough in time. R.I.P. E3 was already on the down, E3 is like Spoonie. They're like, I swear we're not dead. Next year it'll be our year. Okay, so according to the LA City Tourism Board, they noted in a meeting packet that a summary of planned city conventions include E3 cancellations for 2024, 2025. Yeah, you will never see Booth Babes again. The era of Booth Babes is over. Unless we manage to return to the era of women being fucking attractive in public again, without them being called oppressive. Now, there was an update. The E3 owner The ESA claims that no final decisions have been made about next year's event. ESA is currently having conversations about E3 2024 and beyond. Okay, well, they're denying it, but it seems to be the case that E3's new organizer, ReedPop, claimed that it simply did not garner the sustained interest necessary to execute it in a way that would showcase the size, strength, and impact of the industry. It is possible that revival plans could involve relocating outside of LA, where E3 has been held for 2 decades, but otherwise the future of the once flagship events of the video games industry doesn't look bright. Yep. And of course, here's the thing. In E3's absence, many smaller events took place in LA this month, including Geoff Keighley's Summer Games Fest, the Ubisoft Forward, and an Xbox showcase. Yep. Keighley actually dismissed suggestions that the competition from his rival event was partially responsible for the cancellation of E3 2023. He started Summer Game Fest in 2020 after he split from E3, where he previously held its Coliseum live events. At the time, he cited being uncomfortable with organizer ESA's plans for E3. I think E3 sort of killed itself in a way. I understand why people say that the SGF killed E3, but if anything, we created Summer Game Fest, and I built Summer Game Fest because I saw the wheels falling off the wagon of E3. As someone who loves that time of year for 2 decades, E3 was part of my life since I was a 15-year-old kid. From the first E3 in 1995, I went to every show. I loved it and defined my summer. That's right. So, when I made my E3 video, I looked into Geoff Keighley a bit. He was 15 years old, still in high school. He had like an uncle or something in the games industry, and he managed to like go to E3, the very first E3 in 1995 at 15 years old. And he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And like that got him into games journalism. And so even though like basically he had like a career path set out, he wanted to work in some sort of games journalism going forward. So even though he was still finishing up high school, he still had like 2 or 3 years of high school left. He was like, fuck this. I know what I'm doing. I'm going straight into journalism. And he did. And you know, good for him. But basically like he got an opportunity at 15. And he's been going to every E3 since then. And even he is like, nah, E3's dead. Like, damn. It's time for booth boys with booth bulges. There we go. That's what we'll have we'll have booth femboys next. But yeah, it seems like E3 was already dying. Summer Games Fest has supplanted it. It's done. E3's over. Booth kibs. There we go. Oh, yeah. No more E3, guys. No more E3. R.I.P. Oklahoma City Police search for suspects in pet store deaths. Okay. Oklahoma City Police Department is searching for a pair of suspects they say killed several pets at a local store. Like 2 teenagers, looks like? Yeah. 2 teenagers from the security camera. According to the police department, the duo went into the Petland store near Memorial and Penn and killed several animals. A parakeet and a bunny were killed in their cages. According to the incident report, the parakeet's neck was broken and the bunny was strangled. A hamster and a guinea pig were also taken from their enclosures. The hamster was killed in the parking lot, appearing to have been stomped to death. The guinea pig is still missing. The incident report alleges that the male suspect committed the acts, while the female appeared to be a lookout for the male. If you know who they are, call Crime Stoppers. Yeah. Jesus. Fuck these people, dude. Like, look at these assholes. Fuck. Apparently, they've been tentatively identified. Says the police officer update. Fuck, man. People are fucked up. Bunny, Boiler, and Clyde. $8, Tricky Mario, thank you. I like that tweet where someone took the clip of all the kids going outside and Marge versus Itchy and Scratchy after they butchered the cartoon. I only vaguely recall what that was, sorry. But yeah, this is... Yeah, these people are fucking disgusting. Google's YouTube is testing an online games offering. Oh my god. Guys, Do you want to have the Google Stadia, but now it's through YouTube? Is that what you want? The new service, called Playables, is part of the CEO's push into new areas amid advertising slowdown. What? Is it blocked? Hold on. See if I can get an archive of it. Here's an archive of it. Let's see if I can read this. YouTube is internally testing a product for playing online games, according to an email sent to employees at parent company Google, signaling ambitions to move beyond video hosting into games that can easily be played and shared between users. Google recently invited employees to begin testing a new YouTube product called Playables, which gives users access to games on mobile devices or desktop computers. The games available for testing included titles such as Stack Bounce, an arcade game, okay. Sounds like very simple games. YouTube, which counts for billions of monthly users, is already a popular destination for gamers and competes with Amazon's Twitch for viewers and live stream footage. By hosting a selection of online games, the product would give YouTube a larger footprint in the sector as chief executive. Okay, blah, blah. Okay. So basically, it seems like it's not going to be as crazy as Google Stadia, where you stream like complex games over the internet. It seems like that's not going to be the case. But it seems like they're going to be doing... Wait, did the actual YouTube chat break? Oh, no. YouTube chat, are you broken? Test. Let me refresh it. Yeah, stream Pong. Oh, boy. Yeah, guys, the YouTube chat broke. It's not appearing anymore. Any of you guys who are typing in the YouTube chat, it's not going to show up. But you know what? I'm on Kick. I'm on Twitch. Kick and Twitch, guys. Go chat over there. And you should follow me over there while you're at it. Yeah. But okay. This seems like another one of those many Google failure projects coming out. Dude, the symbol for the site, Dual Shockers, like when it's here, looks like the Oswald Mosley, like British Union of Fascists symbol. It's kind of funny. Putting Dion in Final Fantasy 16 is a step forward for LGBTQIA+ inclusion. Listen, I don't know how the fuck it can be a step forward for LGBTQIA+ inclusion. Because, like, they're already included at this point. Every show has gay people. Every show has trans people now. They're fucking everywhere, all right? There's no more steps forward that need to be taken, all right? They're, like, the inclusion is now normalized, all right? But apparently, I haven't beaten Final Fantasy 16 yet, so I guess I'm spoiling myself. But apparently this guy is gay. Okay, got it. For 20 years now, I've been playing Final Fantasy games. Wait, 20 years? Motherfucker. I picked up, like, in the early 90s, all right? Little baby Dev was playing Final Fantasy games and not understanding them. 20 years? That's 2003. I was in high school in 2003, you fucking pleb. All right. For 20 years now, I've been playing Final Fantasy games. They've been a staple to my life, and not a year goes by that I'm not playing one of the entries, and not just because I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 since the beta. There were many new games I've come to expect from the series, including a new compelling story. Following heroes will bring up a series of emotions within me. Well, there's one thing I wasn't expecting when playing Final Fantasy 16 was for two queer male characters to share a kiss on screen. Final Fantasy 16 has given us a lot of firsts, including the first full-action manager series. It also gave us Dion. Welcome back, YouTube chat. Welcome back. Real gamers don't have to tell you how long they play games for. I've played games since before they were invented. YouTube chat back. Hello. Okay. All right. Dion Lesage is quite important to the overall narrative of Final Fantasy 16. He holds the title of Prince in the Holy Empire his kingdom's people love him because he genuinely cares about them. He's also the dominant of Bahamut. That is a spoiler. Uh-oh. Which allows him to tap into the dragon's power transformed during battles. And here I'd been always considering Shiva to be the unofficial queer icon. With a diva-like snap of her finger, she destroyed enemies in Final Fantasy X with diamond dust. Listen, motherfucker. Shiva's been using diamond dust since the early 90s, you fucking fake-ass fan. Okay, listen. Listen. Why do people consider Shiva to be the unofficial queer icon? Is it because it's a flamboyant woman? Like, that doesn't make someone queer. I just did a video on this and how, like, queer literally just means fashion sense now. And so you can be fucking, like... Do you guys watch that video? That video of mine on Friday or something? Where, like, queer just means having a queer fashion sense. And so you can be LGBTQIA+, even if you're straight and cis, by just wearing weird fucking clothing. Making it literally just an aesthetic choice. It's so stupid. I fucking hate these people. Listen, all right? You're not gay unless you're a guy who sucks dick. Got it? Doesn't matter how you dress up. If you're like, well, yeah, I'm a queer because I dress up like this. I have this queered fashion sense, but I would never suck another guy's dick. Fuck you. Suck the dick, bigot, unironically. Okay. Anyway, he has a loyal companion named Sir Terence, and their relationship goes beyond mere friendship. They're actually in love. Oh my god, they're in love because they're a gay couple, and they even kiss. OMG. 2 men kissing in a Final Fantasy game blew my mind. Why? We've seen so many gay kisses now. What's the big fucking deal at this point? Also, listen, if you want to see queerness, start playing anime games. You got these cute girls rubbing all over each other all the time, man. Yeah, okay. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, avoid toxic media patterns. Yep, okay. I don't care. I don't want. Actually, you know what? I don't want the story to be spoiled for me. It's just there is a gay character in the game. Okay. Why is this an article? Why do you have to talk about your high school experience in this? You're not me, all right? I'm not a professional games journalist. I'm not out here reporting on things. If you come to this channel, you're as much here for me as you are for the fucking articles, which is why I talk about my life. This guy, this is an article. Fuck. All right. Fucking hell, man. Fuck me. $10 for Raw Productions. Thank you. YouTube chat was bugged when discussing BS doomed Google project, then starts working again. And when it's moving on to the new topic, suspicious. Yeah, cloud like cross-dressing in Final Fantasy VII. Oh, God, I hate these people. They're so terrible. Like, they're so terrible. And you know what? The game is probably actually a lot better about it. Like, I haven't gotten to this point in the game yet, but I'm going to assume that they're just going to present the relationship neutrally. And it'll just be a thing that happens. And it'll be like, oh, okay. Like, which is fine, by the way. It's the writing of this article that is just retarded. I'm all for some gayness in games, but preaching about it is so annoying. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. The funniest thing, I don't know how many trans viewers are watching me right now. I know at the very least Tidge is definitely trans. But the funniest... You know I'm joking, Tidge. The funniest thing is that, like, trans representation, I don't think you can actually do it properly. I think it's impossible to do properly. Here's the thing. If you have a trans woman in your game, either you have to bring up the fact that she's trans, which most of the time comes off as forced, or you have to make them like obviously visible trans, which means she doesn't pass. So you have to be able to like look at the person and be like, that's a male. You have to be able to clock them. All right. Or you can make them pass and then you don't bring it up. And then they're just a cis woman. Like, in terms of what the player perceives, right? So I feel like trans representation is something that really can't be done well. It's like it's almost an impossibility, you know? Yeah, unless you do like full frontal scenes, like full frontal sex scenes. Final Fantasy V literally had a main character that was a crossdresser. Yeah, the fairest person, right, was a girl that crossdresses a guy. First of all, that's not trans. But secondly, they had to like sneak into Ferris's room and inspect her when she was sleeping. And trust me, modern day progressives would not like that at all. Fuck. I get called trans, do you, Sparkles? Yeah, there's that there's also that Rachel chick who comments on a lot. I don't think she's ever been in a stream before, but she comments on a lot of videos and she's trans. She passes very, very well, but I think she started transitioning young. And she's very much like a listen, I know I'm male, guys. Like let's be real here. We get it. So yeah, fair enough. When I was talking to Sargon on Adam and Sitch, I pointed out that like there are some trans people who are just fucking insane, and then I pulled up a quote of a trans woman who was just like, "Listen, I don't need to have an F on my birth certificate. All right, it can say M. I'm fine with that. I don't need to fucking play in women's sports. Just leave me alone. Let me take estrogen and let me get butt fucked by my boyfriend. Just leave me alone." And it's like, you know what? That seems like a completely reasonable ask to me. Yeah. Okay, what's next? What's next, guys? Microsoft acquired Bethesda after learning that Starfield would be exclusive to PlayStation. Giga Chad Microsoft here. Microsoft saw Sony paying Bethesda to keep games off of Xbox and decided to do something drastic about it. Dude, like, Sony, I like the PS5. It's a good system. I really enjoy the PS5. But holy fuck, is Sony just taking L after L after L? You know what I mean? Just tons of L's. $5 from Hylian Juggalo. Thank you. There was a term for someone who dresses like they're gay but don't act like it. It was metrosexual back in the day. Yeah, like the whole pretty boy phenomenon of the 90s. Yeah, I remember that. Microsoft's Xbox chief has revealed one of the key reasons behind the acquisition of Bethesda. It is because of potential Starfield PlayStation exclusivity. Speaking at the FTC versus Microsoft hearing, I heard that like this keeps getting reappealed, like over and over and over and over and over, right? Phil Spencer revealed that Sony regularly pays competitors to skip our platform. Microsoft felt it needed to own Bethesda to compete. When we acquired ZeniMax, one of the impetus is that Sony had done a deal for Deathloop and Ghostwire to pay Bethesda to not ship those games on Xbox. So the discussion about Starfield was when we heard that Starfield was potentially also going to end up skipping Xbox. We can't be in a position as a third-place console where we fall further behind our content ownership, so we had to secure content to remain viable in the business. They spent $7.5 billion to acquire ZeniMax Media, the parent company of the Elder Scrolls and Fallout studio Bethesda Softworks. At the close of the deal, Microsoft promised Xbox and PC exclusives, and has so far shipped Redfall with Starfield set for September 6th debut. Bethesda's upcoming Indiana Jones game is also an exclusive for Xbox PC. I didn't know they were making an Indiana Jones game. I wonder if it'll suck. It'll probably suck, to be honest. I think almost every Indiana Jones game ever has sucked, so it'll probably suck. Later in testimony, Spencer refused to confirm whether Elder Scrolls 6 is an Xbox exclusive or not. I think you've been a little unclear what platforms it's launching on, given how far out the game is. It's difficult for us to nail down. They did previously hint that it would be exclusive, but it's still years away. Yep, fair enough. A big part of Spencer's testimony today has been around painting Sony as an aggressive and hostile competitor. Every time we ship a game on PlayStation, Sony captures 30% of the revenue that we do on their platform, and then they use that money to, among other revenue that they have, to do things to try to reduce Xbox's survival on the market. We try to compete, but as I said, over the last 20 years, We failed to do that effectively. All right. And of course, now Microsoft's trying to buy Activision Blizzard. Yeah. That's apparently they're saying it's a way to compete with Sony. Well, that's a lot of fucking money. Also, Activision Blizzard is a shit company. What do they fucking make anymore? No one plays Overwatch anymore. No one gives a shit about any of that shit. Like it's done. Like you know what? No, Call of Duty's still holding things up. Like the Blizzard part of it, it's fucking done, dude. It's done. My issue with this is that Sony needs to make more exclusive themselves out of variation, like the PS1 to PS3 era, while Xbox needs to better their exclusives because they ruined Halo, Gears, and Fable. Yeah, kinda. Like, they are making a new Fable, but like, didn't the last Halo and last Gears are just like mediocre? You know what I mean? Now listen. Guess what? I will be playing Starfield on September 1st. So you better make sure that you're here at the stream. I'm playing it. If you're not, I'm banning all of you. I love you guys. The rise and fall of the Chief Diversity Officer. Diversity executives hit the exits as companies' priorities shift. None of you had meaningful jobs, and it is good that you are all going away. 2 years ago, chief diversity officers were some of the hottest hires into executive ranks. Now, they increasingly feel left out in the cold. Companies including Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers have recently said that high-profile diversity, equity, and inclusion executives will be leaving their jobs. Thousands of diversity-focused workers have been laid off since last year, and some companies are scaling back racial justice commitments. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI. How come you don't make it DIE? Come on, dude. Like, why don't you just be honest here? Thank you, Todd. I hope this game works. Hope this game just works too. Thanks, Rusta. Thanks for the super chats today, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm just stretching. Oh, and $10 from Holtznader. Thank you. A lot of the blowback towards trans issues is because of the insane actions of very few loud members who think they have a right to control you and lord over you. Shocking. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Thank you very much for the donations. All right. The DEI jobs, the DIE jobs were put into the crosshairs after many companies started re-examining their executive ranks during the tech sector's shakeout last fall. Some chief diversity officers say their work is facing additional scrutiny since the Supreme Court struck down affirmative action in college admissions, and companies brace for potential legal challenges. DEI workers have become a political target. There's the combination of grief, being very tired, and being in some cases overwhelmed, says Miriam Warren, the chief diversity officer for Yelp, of the challenges facing executives in the field. Warren says the fear that company commitments are imperiled fuel her and others to feel more committed to their work than ever. Yelp's DEI budget has grown for the past 5 years. Thanks for joining the D Club, Fondue. Very appreciated. Based corn pop strikes again. Okay, listen. You hear this a lot from lefties. You do hear it from right wingers too, but this is more a left wing position than a right wing position, and they both come from a fundamental misunderstanding of how business works. Okay, whenever you see executives in a business, all right, the chief executive officer or the chief vision officer, or the chief diversity officer, all right, these are special positions at the top of a company. They're not owners, all right? These aren't owners. These are like the highest level of management. And the owners of a company, whether that's like a private owner or, the shareholder board, people who own stocks, they come together and they create these positions because they feel like having somebody at the top who knows the big picture and is like steering the ship is a good idea, all right? So many leftoids and some rightoids, but so many leftoids online think that CEOs just do nothing and just suck up money. And it's like, no. They actually do a lot, right? They actually do a lot. if they didn't do anything, why would they even be hired? Like, why would a board full of shareholders decide to create a CEO position and then hire somebody for it if all those people did was collect a giant fucking paycheck and provide no value to the company? Why would they do that? It's against their interest. And in fact, now we're seeing once these high-level executive positions don't actually provide any value to the company, like chief diversity officers don't provide any value to the company. Once that shakes out, it usually takes like 5 to 10 years to shake out because, these things take time to work through the system. But once it shakes out that they provide no fucking cover, not cover, they provide no value to the company, well, guess what? Those positions get abolished and those people get fired. And that's what's happening right now. All right? Right now, the CDOs, the Chief Diversity Officers, we're realizing they provide no value to companies, so they're getting cut. They're getting axed out. All right. If we discovered that CEOs also provide no value to companies, they would also be axed out. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. The older that I get and the more knowledgeable that I get about things, I think that for the vast majority of time, whether it's governments or corporations or schools or whatever it is that things are set up the way they are because most of the time they actually work. They actually work. They actually do what they're supposed to be doing. All right. Like there's some very obvious cases of corruption where they don't, and there's some obvious cases like of institutional capture and all this stuff. But for the most part, the things in the West, they function. They function way better than their alternatives. Most things just work as intended, and things are generally okay. Everyone who has this doomerism about things collapsing, I think is just wrong. I think it's just wrong. Anyway, let's continue on. Draw and quarter them? Jesus, Holtznader. Holy fuck. In interviews. Yeah, exactly, Ticonderoga. That's how I feel about it too. You can only bend reality so much before it snaps back, hits you in the face. Exactly. In interviews, current and former chief diversity officers said company executives at times didn't want to change hiring and promotion processes, despite initially telling CDOs they were hired to improve the talent pipeline. The quick about face shows company enthusiasm for diversity initiatives hasn't always proved durable. Well, yeah, because they don't provide value to the fucking workplace. Like, if you're fucking like hire more underqualified people because of their race, how much value will that bring to the fucking company? Like, it's so stupid, man. Except for consultants. Those are basically scams for companies. Kind of. A good consultant actually is worth a lot. Because basically, like, if your company is doing something outside of their wheelhouse, this is very common in creative companies, like if you're making a game or a movie or something, you need to bring in consultants who actually know about that speciality, right? So if you're making like a movie about the medieval period, you know a lot about movies, but not so much about the medieval period. So you bring in a consultant who like knows history of the medieval period, right? That's basically how it works. And if you get a good consultant, he will add value to the project. If you get a bad consultant, he will just he'll just suck value away. That was the big thing with Anita, is that she added no value to anything. She just took value. All right. Dev, you're paying under 50% in taxes, and the average under 50 in taxes. I mean, I am paying under 50 in taxes, but most people are. And the average 25-year-old man cannot afford a home. Things are collapsing. No, that's not true. The average 25-year-old man can't afford a home because the average 25-year-old man doesn't provide that much value. That's just how it is now. You get a fucking shitty degree that does nothing. You want to buy a home on that? No. All right. $20 from Kendrick. Thank you very much. The problem isn't CEOs and VPs, it's the middle management. People with MBAs who just float from company to company, sign a contract for a year with a promise to increase earnings, then leave before the long-term effects hit. That's also a problem too, yeah. That's also a problem too. Press A if you hook up with AOC if you're drunk. I do it sober, baby. I convert her away from socialism, no problem. $5 fondue. The value is having someone to navigate the idpol hellscape. Hopefully it won't be necessary. Exactly, right? Like, as the idpol hellscape vanishes, it'll be okay. Anyway. In the wake of George Floyd's murder in police custody in May 2020, companies scrambled to hire chief diversity officers. Oh my God. George Floyd, how could you? In 2018, less than half of the companies in the S&P 500 employed someone in the role. And by 2022, 3 out of 4 companies had the position. Oh my God. They're really blown up here, eh? Once mostly tasked with HR matters, today's diversity leaders are expected to weigh in on new product development, marketing efforts, and current events that have an impact on how workers and consumers are feeling. All right, yeah, whatever. And then now there's falling demand. So, new analysis from employment data provider Live Data Technologies shows that chief diversity officers have been more vulnerable to layoffs than their human resources counterparts, experiencing 40% higher turnover. Their job searches are also taking longer. I got to 300 applications, then I stopped tracking, says Stephanie Lubin, who was laid off from her role as a diversity head at Drizzly, an online alcohol marketplace. She went through 16 rounds of interviews for a role she didn't get, and she's now pivoting out of diversity work. The number of CDO searches is down. You know what? Guys, I should make it a chief diversity officer for my company. Oh my God, this fucking Ton guy. Get the fuck out of here, you retard. Get out of here. All right. I should make a chief diversity officer. And I should hire the most racist, sexist person. Think about it. I should make it the most, like, inappropriate, edgy, fucking all the slurs. Yeah, think about it. I'll listen. I'll get the ESG money. All right. I'll just say, yeah, we got a chief diversity guy. Give me that ESG paycheck, and then like all the stuff that the chief diversity guy like puts on. All the stuff the chief diversity guy puts on at my company will be like, here's how you make your racism more effective. Here's how you become even more exploitative. That's how it should be, dude. Yeah, I'll hire like a Nick Fuentes. $8 from Tricky. Thank you. I swear the George Floyd murder screwed everything up in the U.S. and the West. It's never the same since. Oh, yeah, dude. George Floyd was like the turning point towards fucking insanity. $20 from Artemis. Thank you very much, Artemis. Wrong. Dev company used DIE initiatives to get direct investment funding from ESG schemes to avoid having to create quality products and answer to consumers. The Bud Light boycott drove companies to change. Well, okay. Sounds good, buddy. Yeah. Okay, I've had enough of this. Let's keep going. Nintendo shareholder meeting disrupted by a fan who spent $3,500 to complain about Splatoon. Wow. Now that's dedication. I mean, who got the worst deal, guys? Was it me for the car that died in 2 years' time? Or the guy who did this? There's no other video game company quite like Nintendo. And the same thing appears to be true about its fans. One reportedly spent $3,500 on company stock to interrupt the most recent shareholder meeting and rant about the lack of male hairstyle customization in Splatoon 3. Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa tried to get him to stop, but he kept complaining about the cold treatment of Splatoon boys Wow. So, the Splatoon 3 fan asked why boys were being disrespected in the game. Furukawa said the question was going on too long. The fan kept going, and eventually, the president of Nintendo moved on by thanking the fan for their interest in playing the company's games. Wow. So, Guy buys $3,500 of Nintendo stock, so he has a legal right to go to the shareholder meeting and then rant at the CEO about how there's not enough male customization options in Splatoon 3. Wow. That's really funny. Like that's a Giga Chad move right there. The image of a bunch of Japanese businessmen having to hear some fat autistic dude talk is funny. Yeah, dude, yeah. Pouring out for the Splatoon boys. Remember, guys, they're squids and they're kids. Listen, okay, these are very clearly like lolly characters, right? Or like kid characters, whatever the case may be. I've seen so much porn of the Splatoon girls. What the fuck, you guys? They age them up. They give them like bigger butts and stuff and bigger boobs. But Jesus Christ. Okay. $2 from SP Elite. Streams over barbs. I love you. Thanks very much. Thank you. Island Boys is Fly Soldier. Who the fuck is this degenerate? Comes out as gay after making incest content with his brother. I didn't read this one before I pulled it up. Okay. All right. Fly Soldier of Island Boys has come out as gay, just weeks after sparking backlash for kissing his brother while creating their content for their OnlyFans account. Rap duo and twin brothers, the Island Boys, first popped off in late 2021 to heavy criticism from listeners all across the net thanks to their debut song, or the debut song of the same name. The track, coupled with the twins' unique sense of style, sparked both backlash and curiosity across social media, and so the twins have carved out a niche. However, after making multiple appearances on podcasts and even getting booed at their own concerts, the Island Boys went quiet for a year. But in 2023, they popped up again in a jaw-dropping way. So one of them comes out as gay. I mean, okay, if they kissed and only one of them is gay, what is the other one? He's just going along with it? Because they're both kissing. They uploaded a photo of themselves nearly locking lips. Can I see this photo? Like, is it going to be bad? Where's the photo? Do I want to click this? Oh, it's been deleted. It's been deleted. Okay. All right. So they made an OnlyFans account where they uploaded photos and videos of them kissing. Many viewers were immediately disgusted, labeling the content as incest. However, they denied it because we're both straight males and kissing is not counted as a sexual act. Wait, I thought you weren't a straight male. Yeah. He came out as gay, yeah. I'm a top, I'm never a bottom. Giga Chad. Yeah. He only tops. Yeah, there it is. Wow. I'm a top, I'm never a bottom. You guys support me because you feel me. I like men. It is what it is. I'm a top. I'm a top at the end of the day. That's what's going on. Listen. We need to return to pre-Christian morality, where being a top was still being straight. Okay, so this is fucking weird, guys. Like, I know there's so much out there about getting like two hot twin GFs, a guy who manages to like fuck both twins. Like, people seem to love that shit. But this, yeah, I'll be sexist here. I'll have a double standard. This is fucking weird. The gay one is topping the straight one. Yeah, I fucking guess. I don't know. Oh my god, dude. No more streams with Lilith, my bigga. No, Lilith will be back. I need to figure out where the Tubcast fits in. I just don't have time for it right now, man. Like, I haven't even talked to Lilith in several weeks. I don't have time. I'm so fucking busy right now. And then, like, the car shit and then, like, all these, like, other appearances I've been doing. I'm very out of time right now. Like, I'm very, very out of time right now. I need to figure out what to do. And to be honest, I'm not even sure you guys like the Tubcast that much. It doesn't seem to be that popular. So, like, I need to kind of reorient going forward. And Lilith will always be a friend. I'll always have a place for her. But, like, the Tubcast will not be a consistent thing. It will come back, but it won't be every week the way it was before. It'll basically be whenever I can fit it in. And whenever she can fit it in. Because she also has some IRL stuff, too. Do a call-in stream? Not today. Not today. Lilith sabotaged my car. Oh my god. It was all her fault. Columbia, thanks for the $10. I was recently looking into the whole idea that the right is putting out of subsidizing families. Turned out it doesn't work. The birth rate Hungary has seen is only 0.01 to 0.05 increase year over year. Yeah. So the right wing has this idea of, listen, if we can just give people money for having kids, they'll have more kids. Doesn't usually happen. It doesn't seem like government policy can actually solve the birth rates in a good way, because we've seen, as you say, in Hungary, we've seen giving people incentives to have kids doesn't work. They just don't take the incentive. We've seen in Romania, when you force people to have kids. Hey, Morgana, I like Lilith too. Nothing's changed on that front. I have less time than I used to. I just have less time, unfortunately. But listen, in Romania, with Decree 770, we saw when you force people to have kids, yeah, they have more kids initially, but those kids all end up being abused and starved and neglected and forgotten. And they end up being a complete generation of malformed people. So you cannot make people parents if they don't want to be parents, or else things will just always go wrong all the time. $5. I'd like to submit my application for Chief Diversity Officer. Hold on. So yeah, stigma of the rose. Ban abortion and birth rate goes up. Come on, Dev. Okay. It's time for us to take a little fucking detour here, since you don't even understand what's going on. Motherfucker. Okay, check it out. Check it the fuck out. Decree 770 was a decree of the communist Romanian government, signed in 1967. It restricted abortion and contraception, and it was intended to create a new, large Romanian population. Here's the numbers. Put the decree into place, birth goes up initially. Birth rates eventually go down again as people get used to the new restrictions. However, here's how it was. Basically, abortion and contraception was declared illegal, except for women who were over 45, women who already had 4 children, women whose life would be threatened by carrying to term, women who were pregnant through rape or incest. Society was strictly controlled. Contraceptives were removed from sale. All women were required to be monitored monthly by a gynecologist. Any detected pregnancies were followed until birth. The secret police kept a close eye on the hospital procedures. So, this is the most pro-forced birth society humans have ever implemented, where the state is monitoring your fertility. It's not just that they banned abortion and birth control, which they did, but the state monitored your fertility. And there was an initial huge baby boom that eventually went down again after people were like, okay, we now know how to work around the rules, so we'll just get used to it. All right? And also, Now we have the Romanian orphan problem. A consequence of the policy is that large numbers of children ended up living in orphanages because their parents couldn't actually look after them. The vast majority of children who lived in the state-run orphanage program were not actually orphans, but simply children whose parents could not afford to look after them. Now, you can check out the let's see here. People being taxed for being childless. Right, okay. The conditions in orphanages were very terrible because the state obviously can't do that. Okay, there's something here. I want to try to... The worst conditions were mostly found in institutions for disabled children, of course. Psychiatric hospital. The staff failed to put clothes on them. The children would spend their day naked and be left sitting in their own feces. Nurses who worked at the institutions were not properly trained and often abused the children. Dirty water was used for baths, and children were thrown into the bathtub 3 at a time by the staff. Due to the abuse children had received from the staff, older children learned to beat the younger ones. All children, including the girls, had their heads shaved, which made it difficult to differentiate one another. Many had delayed cognitive and development, and many did not know how to feed themselves. Physical needs were not met. Many children died of minor illnesses or injuries such as cataracts or anemia. Many would starve to death. Basically, there were too many people having kids, and society could not actually take care of those kids. All right? Children who were deemed irrecuperable were considered unproductive and assigned to the labor ministry for basically as slave labor. So, this idea that you can just ban abortion and everyone will come together and happily have their kids again is just not true. We know what happens when governments try to force people to have kids. It doesn't work. It makes things significantly worse. People have to want to have kids, and that is something outside of the control of a government. A government cannot just top-down declare that to be the case and make you want it. All right? The problem ultimately is culture. And I know that there's definitely some like academic agent types out there who are saying culture is downstream from law. It sometimes is. It sometimes isn't. Right now, it isn't. In this topic, the elites, the power structure, the government cannot make people want kids if they genuinely don't want them. They can't. Back to these fucking freak shows. Yeah. So we don't have a solution to the birth rate issue. Well, here's the thing. One part of that, I couldn't find it in the article right away, but I've read. I should probably do a video on Decree 770 at some point. But another part of it is that right after Decree 770 was implemented, there were a bunch of in the state-run orphanages, even in the successful ones, nurses would feed and change and bathe the babies, but they didn't actually interact with them because they couldn't. There wasn't enough nurses to go around. So, and these people, they grew up without any socialization. They had they had their material needs provided for, but no socialization, and they ended up being just like a bunch of fucking street hooligans, you know. So no. This idea that you can simply ban abortion and then birth rates will go up and everything will be fine. No, doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. Like if you just ban abortion and contraceptives, parents will simply leave if they don't want their kids, they'll leave them in an orphanage. If you ban orphanages, you can fucking go that far. You want to ban orphanages? Then parents are stuck with their kids. They'll abuse their kids if they don't want them. All right? They'll leave them in the forest if they don't want them. All right? This idea that you can force people to do things they don't want to do doesn't happen. Doesn't fucking happen. All right. Abuse the kids, leave them in the forest with the wolves. They'll grow up. Fuck no. Okay. Giving parents extra votes? I mean, maybe. I've heard that before where like, I think Adam says that, right? Where like, because children are people, they should be able to vote, and their parents should vote for them because their parents are their proxy, right? SP Elite, $2. Yes, Dev, we know fixing your Lambo is hard. I don't have a fucking Lambo. God damn it. $20 from Colombia. Thank you. Then there is the argument that should the state even be involved in birth rates, which I say absolutely not, both from a privacy stance and on a non-political area. And does the right actually want the government involved in population control? Yeah. Thank you very much. $5 from Holtz. They allowed abortion for rape. Definitely could try harder. Agree about the orphan problem, though. The left is even arguing this because who will fund our programs? So both sides typically see me as breeding chaff for their own worldviews. Yeah, kinda, Columbia. Yes. So yeah, man, like this whole, when someone says the problem, the solution is you should just follow Christ. You should just do it. Like, that's the same logic as that wasn't real socialism because they didn't do it right. Just do socialism right this time. Every single person who says human beings acting in accordance with their interests and responding to incentives, that's them not doing it right and they should just do it right. It's all the same stupid logic. They didn't do socialism right is the same thing as you should just follow Christ. It's actually the same logic because people don't simply, hold on. Some people do the right thing out of their own virtue. Most people follow incentives. All right. And also, there are many more incentives out there in the cultural space than the government could ever actually control. You have a solution for population decline. Artificial embryos, perfect surf class. Thanks, Altsinator. Yeah. Kenrick, 50. $10. Thank you. Banning abortion is not the same thing as forcing pregnancy, Dev. Not that I agree with banning abortion. I just want all society to look down on those who get abortions. I don't really care about that. Yeah, like if you want to, if there should be some moral judgment involved in getting an abortion. Yeah. Like for some people, it really is just like a bad situation. Other people, they are using it in like a morally reprehensible way. $5. $5. I must have mixed some context. I'm pro-choice, but claiming anti-abortion laws are forcing them to give birth is asinine. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Not forced, that's how you get Rome. Thanks, Devs Walls. Thank you. Look up Rudrack's doll Cynthia. No! No, Master Gregor. You fuck. Fucking hell. Real Catholicism hasn't been tried. Yeah. Exactly. So LatQCD in the chat says, just do it the right way by acting against your own interests. Yes, that's the logic. That's the logic of it was not real socialism. That's the logic of you should just follow the Bible and people need God. It's the same thing. It's the same logic. If people are doing things that go against your pre-written theory in a fucking book, whether it's a religious book or a political theory book, what's happening is the real world does not align with your book, and people are reacting to the real world around them in a practical way, regardless of what your book says. Simple as that. Christianity is the biggest incentive you could create. Eternal paradise. Yes, but if you don't believe that that incentive exists, it's not going to move you, obviously, right? Romanian Tarzans everywhere. Thanks, Massive Doge. Thanks for the $2. Yeah, so like, if you don't believe that eternal paradise exists, then it's not an incentive for you. This is why, like, Nietzsche ultimately believed that after God was dead, we'd have to have like an age of heroes and people who could like fulfill their who could divine and fulfill their own morality. You know the Ubermensch, right? Because doing the right thing in the face of nihilism, as the modern era has proven, is exceptionally hard. Because you can't rely on God or the promise of heaven. You have to do it based on your own virtue. And it's hard for most people to do. I don't know about any of that, but these two need Jesus. Yeah, pretty much. Hold on. The Bible predicted this decline, so your book does not align with reality, does not apply. No, it does apply. It does apply, right? Because what applies about it is that the various things that you should do as written in the Bible, it doesn't align up with what people experience in the real world, right? People don't have kids because they don't want to have kids. And there's a whole bunch of different reasons for that. And simply quoting Bible at them won't change those reasons. Those reasons will still be there. A free market solution is AI tomboy Cortanas that just milk you until you're dry with synthetic wombs, with eggs made from your blood. They can actually make synthetic eggs and create eggs out of male blood. That sounds pretty good. Just AI tomboy Cortanas milking your cock all day. Okay. Thanks for the $10. Look, Dev, it's fact that if we try continuously, socialism will indeed work. Just kidding, it'll never work. Here's the thing. There actually is an argument, like, if we actually had, Star Trek replicators, we lived in a truly post-scarcity society, you could probably make a decent socialist argument in terms of functionality. But we're not there. I don't think we'll ever be there. $5 from living in Dev's walls. Wait, lives in Dev's walls is no longer part of the D Club. You got kicked out. You're still on my walls. You're not part of the club? Modest proposal. Deregulate the buying and selling of children. This will allow the market to reach an equilibrium and the problem will sort itself. Listen, I have also read Rothbard. I know where you're getting that from. You fucks. Oh, and dude, Chris Nemo's here. Where have you been, buddy? I haven't seen you in months, Chris. How you doing? Okay, let's continue on. What's next? What the fuck is this? Portland Anne Frank impersonating drag queen trans activist has been arrested for a murder in Virginia. That's quite the situation. Michael Horowitz was arrested after fatally stabbing his father, Dr. Abby Horowitz, at their home in Virginia Beach. The 34-year-old, who identifies as a transgender woman and goes by the name Nora, has been charged with a second-degree murder and stabbing in the commission of a felony. Officers were called to the house, Wren Place, just before 9 a.m. on Saturday. When they arrived, they discovered Dr. Horowitz, 68, suffering from multiple stab wounds. First responders performed emergency medical treatment, but to no avail. He was pronounced dead at 9:13 a.m. In their release, the VBPD noted Horowitz's full name, but added Nora in the parentheses. Horowitz was also listed as female, and authorities noted that she was being held custody at the Virginia Beach jail. According to Redux, Horowitz appeared in court on Monday and was assigned a public defender after expressing that as a low-income worker, hiring a lawyer was too expensive. Well, this is some wild shit, ain't it? This seems fucking nuts. Dr. Horowitz was a dentist and served as president of the Hebrew Academy. Okay, so this is the person all made up. They're doing their thing, I guess. Taking money. I guess they're stripping. Yep. Into the chest it goes. And this is them in the mugshot. Oof. Like there's the stubble. Man, makeup does a lot. The Diary of Menorah Horowitz. Wow. In 2016, Horowitz performed alongside the drag queen Sharon Needles, who was on the 4th season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Horowitz also published a book titled The Diary of Menorah Horowitz, which describes his combination of Judaism and a love of drag in all the wrong ways when he becomes Menorah, Portland's premier Anne Frank impersonator. Why would you want to impersonate Anne Frank? That seems rather wild, doesn't it? Impersonating Anne Frank? I don't know about that one, dude. That seems like it might be a little bit much. Candles taped to his fingers, surrounded by a number of objects, female hormones, a baby having its umbilical cord cut, the cord's been replaced with a hot dog, and a bottle labeled Jew wine. What a weird fucking... Alright. What a strange situation. What a weirdo. Film reviewer claims that Seth Rogen made Splinter gay in the next Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Film reviewer and critic Price of Reason claims that the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem film from Seth Rogen not only turns Splinter into a human-hating bigot, so stupid, but also makes him gay. Well, if you hate humans, who else are you fucking, Splinter? Other rat guys? After watching an early screening of the film, Price of Reason shared his review, where he notes the film takes significant liberties with not only Splinter but the Turtles as well. In all the adaptations that we've seen to date, the Turtles usually take their fighting seriously, even if they are at times a bit humorous and playful. They usually seem rather confident and competent. While each of them have certain strengths, flaws, and unique skills, they also show real respect towards Splinter, who is their caretaker but also their mentor. In this movie, they are pretty much the exact opposite of everything I just said. Oh! They always seem like they're insecure, weak losers, and never really exude confidence and never convince you they're taking charge of a situation. The Turtles also don't seem to do a lot of fighting in the movie, and when they do, it all looks lackluster. And for some reason, the Turtles constantly treat Splinter with extreme disrespect, like he's a nuisance. And to make matters worse, they always act and talk like a cross between Seth Rogen, 5-year-old children, and weirdos on TikTok. I suppose that Rogen thought this was a good idea because it would appeal to modern audiences, but by making Turtles this way, he's really destroyed away their identities or agency. Wow. That sounds fucking terrible. Given what we already knew about the film and how it was going to characterize the Turtles, it does not seem too far left field. Japanese e-commerce website Rakuten revealed brief descriptions for each of the Turtles on toys. Leo's the leader. Well, he wants to be. His dreams of leading his brothers to become an unstoppable crime-fighting team. So what if no one takes him seriously? Okay. And then Ralph likes to break things. In fact, his biggest goal is to punch someone so hard they throw up. But beneath his hard head and tough exterior is a sensitive turtle just looking for someone to talk to. Okay. Mikey's the comedian. Too bad his brothers don't even think that he's that funny. He might not be the best at ninjutsu or waking up on time or even hygiene, but you always count on Mikey's positive attitude. Donnie is devastatingly smart and not afraid to let you know it. His intellectual self-assuredness may come across as arrogance, but it's just that his brain is thinking so many steps ahead, he's paralyzed with indecision. Also, he wants to be a game developer and a K-pop star. There's no version of Donatello that I've ever seen that wants to be a K-pop star. He's usually making the turtle van. Okay. And yes, Splinter is now an old gay grouch. At the end of the movie, Splinter is seen making out with Scumbag and then professing his love for Scumbag, who he seemingly enters into a relationship with. That, like, Scumbag is this can't be fucking real. Scumbag's a giant bug. He's gonna make out with a giant bug? Okay, this has to be a fucking troll. Like, I don't know if I buy this. Like, can it truly be that bad? The whole point is that Splinter's like an old man. He's at the end of his life. He doesn't have a romantic arc. I refuse to believe. You have to see you have to wait for it to come out. We have to wait for it to come out, okay? You have to wait for it to come out. We have to wait. So stupid. $5 from Holtzen here. Thank you. Dev, you already disproved the if we had a text system was work argument in an old video because attention and time are finite. Okay, yeah. I meant in terms of economics, right? Like the idea that you could literally just like replicate food so you wouldn't have to like that's what I mean. All right, that's what I mean. I don't mean like the entire like social apparatus. $3, Tricky Mario, thank you. Remember when Twitter said that AF had white privilege? Who's AF? I don't know who that is. America First? Chemicals are making Splinter gay. Yeah, the chemicals in the water are making him gay. Thanks, Massive Doge. Okay. Sent you a Streamlabs. All right, let me log into Streamlabs so I can see the spicy one. Log in. Come on, log in. God damn it. Where the fuck? Where's my fucking... Seriously. Where's my Streamlabs tips? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Holtzner, $5. Dev, you literally wanted to play a Lolly and Frank with level 5 seduction that had to seduce people to feed in Arch's vampire campaign. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, okay? It's a little bit different. I was doing it as a fucking RP. Alright? This person did it in real life. This person was dressing up as it. I was doing it on a fucking stream, dude. Alright, anyway. Here's the headliner. And by the way, I had to take out some of these like side panel things because they have porn in them. What kind of fucking news site is this? There's porn in the advertisements. Okay. But here's the thumbnail. We're at the thumbnail. The Olympics adds an esports category with no real esports. The Olympics. A tournament in the spirit of competition, honor, and fairness. Gaming is not so different in this regard. It matters not who picks up the controller, only that they can score a team kill, hit a sick headshot, and use curse words and harsh insults effectively. Master this, and by God, you can play an esport. But say you want to make a career for yourself. Well, my aspiring athlete, the Olympics has you covered. Prepare yourself to go for the gold this summer in Tic-Tac-Bow. I suppose something that managed to achieve a whopping rating out of 1.9 out of 5 on the Google Play Store is definitely worthy of being included in the Olympics. Let's see, Tennis Clash, what about Just Dance with cycling? Okay, so, much to the dismay of anyone who's played a competitive video game ever, the Olympics has royally fucked up their line of esports titles, to the point where most players would not even consider these real games. Tennis Clash is a mobile game where you play tennis by swiping your finger, and Tic-Tac-Bow is also a mobile game. When you think of sweaty gaming, your mind likely goes to talents like Valorant, Overwatch, Street Fighter, League of Legends, Dota, Rocket League, and similarly established esports. That's what I expected upon reading the announcement, and judging from the feedback, it seems like that's what everyone else expected too. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It seems like the Olympic Committee has opted for a different route. They wanted to pick games similar to already established sports, like Tic-Tac-Bow representing archery, and Swift stepping in for cycling. My problem is, there are so many games that would make better choices than these mobile game offerings. Hell, I'd wager that Wii Sports Tennis takes more skill than Tennis Clash. My prediction is that these lackluster picks will leave gamers uninterested and regular viewers confused at their inclusion. Like, you're going to be an Olympic phone game player? Seriously, like, any of these games, Valorant, Overwatch, Street Fighter, League of Legends, Dota, Rocket League, like Fortnite or some shit. Like, I don't like any of these games. I kind of like Street Fighter, but like, they're all games that already have well-established esports divisions. All right? If the Olympics were to include pro gaming, why wouldn't they include the actual games people play professionally? Or Smash Bros or something, like, or like speed running. Like, what the fuck, guys? Like, this is just stupid. It's just stupid. Also, why is this the picture for this article? I'll just zoom in a little bit. I used it as clickbait because it was the best picture in all the articles that I read today. Okay. Oh, AF meant and Frank. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Thanks very much. Drag is RP. Change my mind. I don't know about that, dude. I think they're different. I think they're fucking different. $5 adherent to Lady Columbia. Impersonates Anne Frank as 5 beefy guys in leather with bad armbands come in and just leave them covered and putting out. Dev would watch and record it. God damn it. Shortstein Fat Otaku Burger is your real name. You think so? You think so? Is that the case? $5 Derlammer gear. Boomers. Also, it might be so they can say that they try with a lackluster attempt. They were considering StarCraft and Mario in the past. Yeah, man. They should do actual games. Should do actual games. All right. What time do I got? God damn it! I've run out of time again. I spent too much time talking about the fucking the car. Listen, guys. By the way, thank you for everything regarding the car. Oh my god. Thank you for everything regarding the car. If you guys decide to give me some advice online, like DM me, that'd be nice. I do need it, obviously. If you guys decide to donate to help out with the new car fund, very appreciative. You guys are great. Pobaxi for €5. Speedrunner might be a good candidate for Paralympics. Here's my 4chan take. Speedrunning for the Paralympics. All right. If you encrust your car in dry salt, it'll protect it from the wet salt. God damn it. You fucking liar. What peak journalism looks like. Yeah, pretty much. Hold on. Okay, you know what? I'll cover the next 4 articles next week, okay? TF2 server when my life settles down a little bit. Okay, I'll cover the next 4 articles in next week's Weekly Sip. I need to go out and do something at 1 o'clock. That's in 9 minutes, so I got to get going. And after that, I got to get the video out. I have to get it out tomorrow. I will read the other articles next time, yes. So listen, guys. Thanks very much for all the donations. You want to support the channel, you know what to do. Ow, ow, ow. You know what to do? As always, DM me info. If you have any car information you want to share with me, send it to me. DM it to me. If you're a cute woman, or even if you're a cute trans woman, send me your nudes. That's okay too. Even if you're a cute femboy, I don't discriminate. Go ahead. But yeah, thanks very much for being here, everyone. I really appreciate it. Let's go raid Chud Logic, I guess. I think Chud's the only one who's online right now. Everyone get your coffee cups ready. Here's what we'll do. 4 coffee emojis with the caption, Dev wrecked his car, and 4 more coffee emojis. Okay? Don't leave yet. That's what we're doing. We're going to spam his chat with this. Copy it, and let's go. Okay. I love you guys. You'll see me again soon. Thanks very much for all the donos today. You guys are literally the best. You guys are the best. Thanks for all the support.